Hello, YouTube modeling community. This is Rusty Rotor. This is going to kind of be a all-around update on the shop. Good news is we've got it done. It took every bit of the 2 weeks to get stuff moved, get stuff done, and we're still not done. I still need to get a few more brackets and some more containers so I can get the rest of the I don't know what you want to call it, where I keep all my mailing supplies, diorama supplies, so on and so forth, get all that more organized. We were able to go through a bunch of the spare parts and get them kind of organized a little bit. I still got a lot to go through. I got to get some more stuff together for Norman, who's been gracious enough to help us with this diorama. So a big thanks out to Norman, Ernest, Lee Barrett. He's making some stuff for the villain itself. He's lathed an aluminum oil pan, valve covers, an air cleaner, and pulleys. Like I said, there's not a lot of detail that we can see in the engine, first and foremost. But, those are key components. He has donated them to the channel for this build. So, why not? So his name will go on the plaque as well. Remember, we're open till April, the middle of April, I think I said it was, for anybody else that kind of wants to get on board. The only thing really I have left that I'm in kind of need of is, of course, any people that are 50s eras and even newer era, as long as they're not like crazy, like a go-go girl or anything like that. And it's no guarantee that I'm going to use everything on this diorama. It all depends on when we start putting stuff in place and how it fills up. And, we don't want it to be way over to the top. We want it to be a nice balance of everything. But your name will still go on the plaque because that's, you donated and you did something for this project. And if it's used on the next project, your name will go on that as well. So just, keep that in mind. But we do need a tree. I can make the tree. That's not an issue if we never get anybody to, step up and volunteer to make a tree. That's no big deal. But that's really about it. Everything else has been covered between Norman and Ernest, and I can't thank them enough. So over the weekend, I did get to work on the villain a little bit, the diorama part of it. The truck, we're right there. I need to make a couple changes, and I just haven't got myself to do it yet, but we will. So I guess our mail call. We'll go over that real quick. We did get the final pieces from Norman. They look amazing. I did make a change as far as two people, the checkerboard scene, if you want to call it that. I'll get it set up here real quick. Now we do have our brother, and I hope everybody's been keeping him in their prayers, which is Mark Batson. I don't know the full length of details on what happened or anything like that. I know his wife just made an update video the other day, and I'm glad he's doing okay. And so, always, keep him in your thoughts and your prayers. But yeah, we have, I'll just show them to you this way, then we'll kind of get a broad overall look of the shop. Not a lot's changed, guys, so it's not like a big exciting news. But yeah, we got Mr. Mark Batson here. He's the checker champion, apparently. He's throwing his hands up, and we'll turn it. And then we've got Joe Cool here that lost, but it's no big deal to him. He just kicks back and lights up a cigarette. And we added the detail, the smoke coming off the cigarette and a little bit of the flame. But these were all painted with the Army Painter's speed paints. You can see how nice they actually work. They provide a lot of, basically the mid-tones and the high tones. The dark tones are up to you whether you prime in black or you just prime in gray. These were all just primed in gray and then brush painted with, or dried brush painted with white. There's a few that I did where they were black, and just experimenting and playing, you get different results. But they just turned out really good. It's just kind of how it is. And there's the checkerboard, and this is how it'll be sitting on the diorama. I mean, I'll rearrange it a little bit, but that's one of the scenes right there. A little visual point, I guess. We also have this guy here that I printed out. He's nothing special as far as high detail, which is okay because he's going to be kind of background, so to speak. But the dolly cart. He's with Cecilia the villain, the owners of the company that does the deliveries to the townsfolk. He's helping with the deliveries today, so he's offloading the cargo and taking it around to which neighbor ordered it, blah blah blah. So we got him to go in there, and we did detail up the dolly a little bit, some wear and tear on it, and we just did him basic. He's just a worker, a helper. So we got him going. We also were able to get another door made. This is one that just gets stained. It goes right there where my finger's pointing to. We still got to make the arch door, the 2 windows here, and the shutters for these. When Ernest sends his next shipment, it'll have the window gates or cages, the whole flower boxes. One goes here and one goes over here, I think. That's how I measured it. Can't remember. But anyways. And then we're pretty much ready to get the vines on the building. And, we'll get the gutters on, downspouts, blah, blah, blah. We're also able to get the barrels done. I made a faux bottom in them. So we'll fill this with UV resin, and we'll dye it just a little bit and then cure it so it looks like there's water in the barrels. That's where they get their rainwater for the plants and flowers. We did build a planter box that goes up underneath the power box here, and this will all be covered in ivy coming up and around. And then also in the next shipment, we'll have all the rest of the handrails, so we can start getting all that stuff installed and start getting our foliage on, along with the roof tiles. And then it's just going to be really the key detail, installing lights, blah, blah, blah. We also were able to get our frame built for our little roof that goes over this wooden door here. We got 2 shutters. That's for the red building, of course, made. We got some wall planters made. We got some plant stands. We hand carved these and then, of course, detail painted them. These all have flower pots sitting on them in just random areas. I still have to make more. Of course, you've seen the building. We did do our final weathering on this. It came out really nice. It's up on the roof. It takes a lot more abuse, water, rain, wind, etc. So, we're happy with that. We got this came from Norman also. The TV aerial. I installed the wire, which will go into the side of the building. We still got more weathering to do on this, but it's coming along pretty good. These are made of aluminum and steel, so we're trying to just rust where there would be steel, and then streaks where it'd be aluminum. So we got a little bit more to do on that. And then these came from Norman also. Nick and Nancy, Steve and Sally, I don't know. But they are the green building tendons. The upstairs tendons. I like to look up them because the direction they're looking in, they're both looking in it. So they're going to be up there. And then, and they were painted the same way. Midtones, highlights, and they turned out pretty good. She's a little, and he is too, a little bit more newer as far as the era. So we figured we'd put them kind of in the background, not down in in the courtyard. Other than that, a lot of organizing. I did get a new tool in. It's not set up all the way yet. I'm still in the test phase, if you want to call it that. I did get another 3D printer. I did go in the direction of Elegoo Mars 4. It's a 9K. It's quite a bit smaller than my Anycubic, so I'm not able to print a bunch of stuff at once or big items without having to do it in sections. And I'm not really sure on how to do all that yet. But we have printed a few things, which one is this guy here, and it printed really good. I've had probably 2 or 3 failures, but the failures were due to my setup of the item in the slicer. So, it's just getting used to the machine and kind of doing that. So I'm just going to bang, 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 be knocking stuff out. Or am I ready to just start printing stuff for the diorama? Few little things here and there that I can pull off. Yes, be 100% confident in it and say, okay, well, I don't need anybody's help. I'll do it myself now. No, I'm nowhere near that. But we'll take a look at it. You can kind of see. There it is. We got it next to our cleaning station. We did reorganize. We hung some things up that weren't hung up. This is now a workstation. This is where Shorty is. There'll be an update soon on Shorty. We're about ready just to go where this is all getting put away, and we're just going to be concentrating on body. You see, we went through quite a bit of boxes here. They still need to go from here into all these drawers and everything. But I've got, there's Viewer's Choice. There's the Mustang we finished for my niece. But these boxes from here, all up here, I've kind of gone through them and weeded out for what I gave Norman. And what I'm going to keep. So I just need to now take what's left and get it put in the proper place. Which eliminated about half of our extra parts. So you can see from that Corvette, which there's nothing in that Corvette box, but from there over is all parts. If anybody needs that Corvette box for a kit that you've got at a show, it's in a bag or something, hit me up, let me know, and I'll be glad to send that to you. You just cover the shipping, and you can have the original box that it goes in. That is an original. I don't know if I'd call it vintage, but right there you guys can see. So if anybody sees this and they need that box, just hit me up and let me know. Along with the Johnny Lightning box. And let's see what else. I think that's it. The rest of them are full of parts. I still need to go through these boxes for Norman. And then this is all unbuilt. And that's where that'll go. Is all underneath here. It's my JDM, which is all up there. It needs to come down and go up underneath here once I go through that. So for the next week and a half, I'm going to be going through all this so I can get Norman's package together and be done. And then we'll have all that done, and then it'll just be transferring parts from there into their appropriate thing. So videos will come far few and in between, guys. Just know that right now. But now we got our gooseneck lamp here, whatever you want to call it, flexible lamp, to help light up I can turn it for 3D printing for this workstation, downdraft table or computer, this station, and it provides extra light along with these two little lights here, which are really bright. And I have light up here underneath this shelf that shines down, and as you can see up underneath this shelf. So it lights this area up really well. No changes to the paint station, anything like that. Me and my granddaughter have a little project going. We broke out one of the weirdos, and weird enough, there was 2 in the box. 2 identical figures. This is that one right there. That's the one she chose, and it had 2 of them in there. So I'm doing one and she's doing one. She's only got to the kind of gluing the parts together phase. Then we got some sanding to do and priming, but I'll keep you updated on that. She's very proud of it. She's doing a really good job. Then you can see now we opened up. We have a nice walk path through here, which is about 2.5 feet, which is what I figured. And you know, we come in now, we can see our display cabinet. I've done a little organizing in this. I need to finish that up so I have some of this stuff will go in here. Full view of our TV now. And then you can see we got our shelves up, 3 of them. The top shelf is where Cecilia, the villain, the diorama will go. This will stay all video equipment and video, you know, games, stereo, surround sound, blah, blah, blah. And this will be video games and the controllers, which I need to find too. I've misplaced the 360 and the PS3's controller, and I just bought a controller for this one. But over here, we're going to have 3 more shelves, and one will go a little higher here. And those boards are right there, so you can see I do have the shelves. I just got to get the brackets. And we have our recliner in place, so it's nice for me to have a place to sit. Reading, more reading, magazines. And then we got our ledges open now. These are some of my artwork. I talked about showing you guys. I drew these when I was probably about 15 years old. Freshman in high school. These were drawn strictly from what was in a magazine I saw. These are those wild things, or whatever they're called. This one is. This one. This one. This is just one I drew out of my head. This was from a Hot Rod magazine. This one was from a Hot Rod magazine. So you guys can see back then I was really into the Pro Street. This one was one of my Chevelles. 71. It was a Malibu. You can see I even drew a 307 Malibu. Just a cartoonish picture. You know, it's just a sketch, and then I colored it in. It wasn't nothing fancy, but you know, it turned out. There's another one from a Hot Rod magazine. This one I always wanted to build a replica of. The color scheme was amazing. Shows you, you know, the 80s Hot Rod style, and that's still open to happen as a Pro Street 69 Chevelle. But I'm going to get frames for these, and I'm going to, you know, come down to fit in an 8x7. Some of these may not fit, like these two, but in this one here, I don't know, but we'll see. So we're going to try to get those to fit in an 8x10. That way we can get them hung up in the shop. Shop cards, I've been going through these and getting these up on the wall. Hey, there's the picture of me. So you can see that's about the year I started getting into model cars. I was 7 years old there. It's 7-year-old Rusty Rotor right there. Eddie Ratliff Duster there. Ram Chargers. This was up in Columbus, Ohio. They always did like a cruise in before the races, and you know, me and my dad went to the races that weekend, and we went to the cruise in and got to see all the cars. And I mean, this picture's old. And then we got a Christmas card or two here we need to get up, and then some of these decorations I need to pack up, some I need to move around. But you know, hey. So then if we step back, and you can see now there's the diorama table. There's our new organization. We will be adding to this to where it eventually goes all the way across. And then when my wife sits here to work on her project, I can move a shelf or two over while she's working on her project, and then set them back when she's done. Because we always pack up whatever she's working on when she's done with it. But we got a lot more organized. And you can see, you know, now all my paints are organized. I just got to go through and organize them by colors, get them in order. All our tools, crap ton, all our brushes. You can see I have a huge selection of brushes. These are all my high-end brushes. They don't get used every day for just slapping paint. They get used for specific things. Sanding sticks, files, all the glues for like dioramas. All my super glues and stuff like that are back here. That's just an overflow of whatever it may be. And then the wood I'm using right now for shutters. There's our vines. So you can see I've kind of got stuff on the bench. What's next? There's part of Norman's package right there. Pretty big box. And just overall, it's nice. I can come in here and breathe now. Turn you around. And we can work. And it feels good to sit in here and work. Now, I can just sit in here and just listen to some music and kind of unwind and relax. And it's very similar to the way the shop was before. The only difference being this desk is the diorama table is a foot shorter than what the bench was that was here for workspace 1 and 2. But this is wider than what that was. That was 2 feet wide. I think it was 2 feet. Well, it's 2 feet, then it bumped out to 3 feet wide. Well, this is 3 feet all the way. And, you know, we did move, you can see we moved our drawers, like I was talking about. So that was helpful. I got to keep all my drawers. No pun intended there. Which is helpful. They got to be organized as well. 2 of the drawers is full of diorama stuff, so they need to come out and go into a container. And that'll open those drawers up for, you know, just anything, paperwork, stuff like that. My 2 drawers behind the desk now are just tools and equipment that I use all the time. So pretty much everything's right here. And if I'm working over here and I need something, all I gotta do is turn around and grab what I need, bring it over there, and then bring it back when I'm done. Which I've just kind of been practicing on getting that part done. I've also been working on the computer a lot, going through and reorganizing my files, throwing away what is really not needed. Everything has to be reconfigured for the Elegoo anyways. So, you know, that's all time consuming. But we are going into the springtime. This week, this will probably be the only video, so please enjoy. Because it's Easter this weekend, I got grass cutting to do. I have a loft to put in the shed. I've got a fence that I got to get maintenanced as far as pieces of wood replaced and then stained, because our neighbors informed us that they're building a fence and they're going to be putting it fairly close to ours, so I want to be able to get back there to be able to mend it and stain it before they put their fence up. So for the next couple 2-3 weeks, with the projects I got, there won't be a lot of videos. I will try to update if something gets done to a certain point. We do have a secret project going on for my brother-in-law, who does watch these from time to time, so I'm not going to post anything of it. There will be at the end we'll do a video of it, and I'll hold that video until he's already seen it, and there'll be a slideshow at the end of that video of all the progress up to that, just so you know. I've not been watching a lot of YouTube videos, so I don't know what. I just know Mark Batson fell ill. And like I said, I don't know the background story to it, but, you know, I saw his wife's video, and again, you know, keep him and his family in prayers. Terry Sr., God rest your soul. It was a huge loss to the community. I think about him pretty much on a daily basis, and I've caught myself 2 or 3 times going to watch this live and realize that, you know, it's not going to be there. You know, and there's a lot of people that were a lot closer with Terry than me. I mean, like I said, I wasn't a super close best friend in the world type guy. He was just an acquaintance, but he was just a super nice guy that I found very helpful. He helped me through a pivotal time, and he was always a pleasant guy to talk to, and I'm grateful that I got the opportunity to meet him in person and talk to him a little bit. So, you know, guys, that's the whole thing about when people pass on. You know, all you have is your memories, and you know, all that, and they were all great memories with Mr. Senior. So, other than that, we hope to master this Elegoo. We never did master the Anycubic, but the Elegoo, I'm finding is a little bit easier to work with and move stuff around. All my equipment's been updated now, and that's thanks to Norman over the phone, hashing through it an hour at a time, hour and a half at a time or more. We got it set up. We got our settings set. We got our laptop, everything kind of set to that. So now it's just the learning curve of me figuring out how things need to sit on the build plate, when and where to add supports, when not to add supports, what angles to set things at, what's the most I can put on there. The most I can put on there, gives you an example, is one set of wheels and tires. On the Anycubic, I could do 2 full sets of some I could do 3 sets. So yeah, you can see it's it's about a third smaller than what the Anycubic would produce. But we are going to take the Anycubic down to Acme with us. Ernest has been gracious enough to offer to take it home with him. He's going to go through it, adjust, and run some tests and see if it's something that can be fixed. It's just in the settings, that kind of stuff, or if it's just trash. If it's trash, we want to let him keep the machine for his troubles and part it out, whatever. Because it's not worth anything, unfortunately. I paid almost $600 for it, and it's paperweight right now. This was on sale if you guys are interested in 3D printers. This little Elegoo, it's a great starter, which is kind of what I should have started with in the first place. It's a good starter printer. It was under $200. I got it on Amazon. They notify me when certain things I look at are the prices dropped, and I got a notification. I went and looked. I was like, "Oh, holy crap! It was like $189." I was like, and my wife said, "Get it." So I did, and it took about a week to get it. And then we got some resin, and we went through the test print part, and then me and Norman, hours of phone calls, got it all hashed out and set up. And like I said, I have had 2 or 3 failures, but they were due to my mistakes, not the machine failing. Because I know this, because then I turned around and did this, and it printed perfect. It's not 100% perfect, but it's 98% perfect, and the flaw you can't really tell. But yeah, that's a nice little piece for the diorama. It fits, delivery, that kind of thing. Today I've got to stain my deck, so I'm just waiting for the temperature to rise outside a little bit and dry off some of the overnight moisture, the dew. And I'm going to go up there and get on that between tomorrow and Wednesday. I got to get the loft built, and then I can get my shed organized, because we did get our new tractor, riding lawnmower in, and I've got it stored underneath the deck right now. I don't like that. I ordered ramps, so those came. So now I can drive it up into the shed when I'm done cutting grass, and get my push mower out of the garage and get it into the shed. Gas cans, all that happy horse crap. That way, if it blows up and burns down to the ground, it's just the shed and what's in it, not my house. We haven't heard anything out of Ryan Jones, but I expect that we'll get something here soon. I don't push him or hassle him. I just know, he pretty much does it on his own without asking, which is, I can't ask for more. So we're hoping to get that. MGSF, last update on his new stuff is he's had some setbacks and he's working on it. So we're waiting for the release of that still. And yeah, if you guys, like I said, I've said this 100 million times, exaggerating. You guys see stuff in my videos, and I know other guys do this, but it's not that I have more or something more unique than anybody else. But if you guys just watch my channel, and you guys are curious, just zoom in and see if there's something you like. Remember, all this stuff above is all unbuilt. There's a few things started in here, but not a lot. There's a few projects. But if you're interested in like, oh, I've always wanted that kit, I just haven't bought it yet. I'm wondering how good is it? Is it full of flash? Is it warped? Any questions like that, just let me know. send me an email, and I will be glad to pull that kit down, and we'll do a video specific on that. We'll unbox it, look at it, let you get a good look at the parts that come in the kit. I'll try to get any information I can about the kit. If it's something I am doing in the middle of a project on, I'll kind of go over what my plans are for it, what I'm doing with it, what I have to do in order to make it look this way. You know, that kind of stuff. I think that would be kind of fun, but, you know, it takes communication both ways. I am willing to do anything within reason. You just got to ask. Like I said, we don't have any big sponsor anymore, so there's not something where we're constantly getting new stuff in. Getting a new paintbrush or a new tube of glue is not really content worthy. That's why my videos always run a little long, because I'll get a few of those things and then I'll just add it in and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But right now, for the rest of this year, we will be working on the diorama. We will be working on Shorty. We did take Viewer's Choice out of the Purple Pond. The 2K is not coming off, so I'm going to have to do that the manual way, and that's a lot of sanding. Get it all good and smooth. We'll reshoot the paint again for the third time, I think it is. And if that goes good, then we're going to get 2 light coats of clear on it. Just 2 light coats. And then we're going to stop, and we're going to wet sand that down. And then we're going to do all of our bare metal foil. And then we're going to put our final 2 to 3 coats of clear on there. Each coat will be thinned down considerably with level thinner. I'm almost at the point where I do need to make an order with Hobby Nut Models for some leveling thinner, some primer. So if you guys can find it in your heart and you really need something and you're watching this video, his link is always down below. Hit it. Go there. That will give us a few cents, literally a few cents in our little account. And that will help on the shipping when I do go to order this kind of stuff. And we can go over it when it comes in if it's something unique. If not, I'll just kind of update you on what I got. We also have a new addition to the turn you around here builds this year. This is a project I've been wanting to do for about 5 years. I do have everything that's needed to build it. It is a specific color, specific tires and wheels, engine, blah blah. All the components were 3D printed by a buddy of mine. We've talked about him, Dog3 Models on Instagram. There is the Ring Brothers Charger. That'll be getting finished this year along with this one. There's our Challenger, our 66. We don't want to go too far this way and give away the secret project. Then we have, keep my hand over it here, the Mustang up there. That is the Biden project. We're hopefully get that done before Acme. It's not that it's a big award contender. I just like to have a Mustang to sit in the category. The Pro Street is up there. I tried to fool with it again, and it, for lack of better terms, pissed me off. So it's staying in the box for a while until I can find a new windshield for it and get it figured out. But we are like 80% done on that one, so it just haunts you all the time. Viewer's Choice is the same way. It's about 75-80% done. We just got to repaint now. That one is done. These two, this will be a fairly quick build. We're not modifying anything to really have a lot of slow me down type stuff. It's the kit engine. You know, it's all 3D printed parts on the intake and all that. The tires and wheels are 3D printed. They'll just go right on. And then, of course, a nice paint job. So I've got everything kind of lined up what we're going to do this year. And there'll be a couple others. It's just a it's a time thing, you know, what we get done. Our focus will lie towards this diorama. We definitely want this diorama done for Acme, and we're only about 50% into it. and that's both truck and the diorama. But if I get my personal projects done, that means that's more time I have down here. So that's what I'm trying to do. Less time right now, get the stuff done I need to get done, and then have more time down here so I can really assholes and elbows into the diorama, and we can get it wrapped up. But I'm glad we got a pivotal little scene done. That's one thing less to worry about. As the parts come in and we can get them painted and weathered and get them installed, then the buildings will basically be done. It's a process. What buildings am I working on right now? I'm trying to get the red building done to where I can set the red building to the side until at least more parts come in for it. And then the green building. Oh, we did change. So on the green building, the first door, the one that has the small balcony, I'll show you here, which will be this unit right here. We're going to do black. Black shutters, black doors, shutters down here. These are all, the one unit, 2 windows and the 2 doors. This window and that door is one unit, and this is a unit down here. There's just no windows. They would have been on the back side of the building or over on this side, in real life, but we're not worried, focused on that. So this will get green shutters, a green door, green mailbox. Of course, the couple, they dress accordingly to their environment. And then this one, these are the natural doors. And then the one with the pergola, those will be blue. So we're going to change that. One door, one window will be blue, and the other one is going to be orange. And then, of course, we have the yellow shutters that go on this window, just a focal point. And then these will be natural colored shutters and weathered. These will be natural colored doors. So this door right here, I scratch built this door. And we're also waiting on door handles. I got to get the curtains cut for behind this window. So yeah, for each little thing I do, like a good example is this door. There's stages. You gotta build it, make sure it's right, make sure it fits. And once that's done, then I can get the door stained. Then, add the glass in behind. And we want everything a little dirty looking. It's not 100% clean, but it's weathered that way. It's not, man mistakes. It's just weathered that way. And it'll get curtains behind it. So there's steps for each little thing you do. And it's like, you don't realize that, like, oh, I just slapped this door together and put it in. It's not as easy as that. I mean, this little shutter right here, these are all individual pieces. I made all these little slats, and then the center brace, and then the frame, and then we got our handle right here, and then a little weathering coming down, little rust streaks, on the wood over the years. This is, the handle comes out, is facing you when you're looking at it. When it's closed, both of them, there would be a latch to keep the shutter shut in the case of high winds or whatever it may be. But each little thing, this set of shutters took me about 3 hours. By the time I cut all the pieces, put it all together, let it dry, primed it, painted it, and weathered it, we're like 3 hours into a set of shutters. So if that is the norm, I've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. I got like almost 24 hours to do the rest of the windows. Just in that. So you can see the time frame of what it takes. A lot of this stuff doesn't take any time. I get quite a bit done in a day, but I'll work on it the second day to take it to the next step, and then the third day. So it's taking days to achieve anything. This little checkerboard scene here, this probably took 4 days, just a little bit of time each day, but to get it all painted, weathered, how I wanted it to look, was I happy with it, and the overall looks of it came out really nice. I like it. It's not like perfect. It's not, oh my god, that is so amazing, that's the best of it. It's not anything like that, guys. It's just going to fit very nice in the diorama. Just two guys sit around, play checkers. There'll be a few people standing around them watching. And, and of course, Mark Batson throws his arms up. He won. I'd like to get a little decal made. It just says Hobby Dude 007 to put on his back. And something accordingly, maybe in black. Just a, little side note, but I really like Mark. I enjoy when I get time to talk to him. I enjoy it. He's very knowledgeable. He's one of the pivotal guys that really drew me in on videos, watching the detail that he does, even though it's mostly race car, NASCAR type thing. But he's done a lot of other builds, and they're equally as nice, and amazing and detailed, and he strives for perfection, and I really admire that. So with all that being said, thank you guys to all my past, present, and future subscribers. If you're not subscribed, hit that button. While you're at it, hit the bell notification. You'll know when my videos do come out. I do apologize in advance for the 2-week hiatus, but it's something that was needed. The shop was in complete disarray, unorganized. I never got to where I could get it organized the way it was, and was just not happy with it. It wasn't flowing the way I wanted it to. Now I do have storage. I have room to put things, and I know I can't exceed that because I don't have room for it. And I did weed out a lot of stuff, and I'll have to weed out a few more things as I go organizing. We do have a place for Cecilia the Villain diorama now, which is nice, so I know when it's done I can put it up there on the shelf, and it's up out of reach. It's out of harm's way. And now we got some open space. We're creating more open space by moving this stuff down. Creates all the open space for the ones that win something. They'll go up there with the trophies. This diorama here, which is it's not really a diorama, it's just a garage display case. That is going to come down and go into a spot, probably on one of these other shelves. And that'll get 3 builds put inside it. And that one will be complete. And I have to order some display cases for upcoming projects and stuff like that. So I think that's pretty much it, guys. As always, I appreciate all the comments. If you can, flood the comments. Ask questions. That's how we find out and we figure out things. Don't be so shy that you can't write a simple comment as, anything. Because I greatly appreciate it. It's like you being my neighbor and I've walked across the street and we're talking. If not, it's a one-way conversation, and I think my channel struggles in that aspect a lot. But again, I'll reiterate, my channel is just an outlet for me to talk about models, show you what I'm doing, any progress or upgrades or degrades that we make to the shop, and we've been holding steady at 1,036. So I think that's our strong number. But we got a pleaser teaser coming up. We have a giveaway at 1,500, and the only way we get to those is by getting the subscriptions. So again, like, share, subscribe, hit your bell notifications, spread the word, and get other people interested in it. And as we get things done, we'll talk about them. Like I said, there's 4 shelves now that need to be painted. I need to touch up the paint on the shelf unit over here. We need to get that stuff organized. This stuff gone through. It's a lot of stuff, guys. And being the summertime, this is my time of the year that I have a lot of outdoor stuff. So just bear with me. Hang in there. We will have content, but it'll be as we build it up. So until then, guys, this is Rusty Rotor. You guys have a great week. Happy Easter to everybody. Good Friday's coming up. And, yeah, that's about it. So until then, guys, this is Rusty Rotor. I'm out.